Good morning, Grizzlies.
I'm Cody.
I'm Camden.
Back on Saturday night, a Mexican ship crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge in New York. Over 20 people have been injured, and sadly, 2 people have died in the accident. Our thoughts and feelings go to the families of the 2 people that have died. In other news, a workers' party in Turkey known as the PKK, a group of people in countries like Turkey and Iraq have been trying to get their own independent countries. In the last couple of years, they have gone more violent in these methods. The president of Turkey has claimed these people as terrorists and other things. We'll update you as the situation becomes more known. That's all with World to Camden with Local.
Thank you, Cody. On May 18th, former United States President Joe Biden's administrative office announced that Biden had been diagnosed with an advanced aggressive form of prostate cancer. This diagnosis comes after a noteworthy health scare reported during a physical evaluation, with evaluators finding a, quote, small nodule located in the area of his prostate. Biden, who had previously underwent a prostate-specific antigen test in 2014, had shown no symptoms whatsoever until he was evaluated just days before his diagnosis. While many doctors and observers are surprised that such an aggressive form of cancer was not discovered nor reported earlier, men over the age of 70 are not routinely screened for cancer, and such an aggressive form of cancer could have quickly developed in painless silence. We wish the best for our former president and hope for a speedy recovery from him. In news of a much more dire extremity, a mayhem of tornadoes has begun in the south and southeastern states. St. Louis, the city reportedly most ravaged by the sudden flurry of treacherous winds, found itself in immediate danger of 4 different strong tornadoes. This breaking story is still developing, and we will inform our audience of any crucial updates. To close things out, last week 11 inmates of a New Orleans jail made a film-esque escape. Out of the 11 at the time of this recording, 5 are still at large, while the remaining 6 have been captured. This grand escape, having gone viral all across social media, garnered heaps of sarcastic support of the prisoners from folks all across the internet. We'll see how much longer the final 5 fugitives can fend for their freedom. That's all for national news. Now over to Henry with a very polite and respectful sports section.
Hey, thanks, Camden. So, the NHL playoffs. They've been progressing just swimmingly. So over here in the West, Dallas and Edmonton face off in the Western Conference Final. Edmonton, being the last Canadian team, is possibly facing off against the biggest American team, because everything's bigger in Texas, if you know what I mean. And then over here in the East, Florida pursues their second in a row Stanley Cup championship. If you notice right here, Toronto Maple Leafs lost. And that means a part of my soul is also lost. And it's not just that they lost in Game 7 like they did every year for the past, 10 years. It's the fact that they lost 6-1 to a team they had just shut out. And not only did they lose 6-1, they lost 6-1 on home ice. Home ice in front of all of their fans. They lost 6-1 to the Florida Panthers. And you look at their payroll, Austin Matthews is the highest paid player in the entire NHL. Him, in combination with William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and John Tavares, the core 4, make up more than half of the salary for the entire Toronto Maple Leafs players. They get paid more than the rest of the players on the team combined. And you know how many goals they had in that game? Rhymes with Nero. 0. They did not score at all. You know who scored? Max Domi. And he's ancient. He's like 30. He's so old, and he's the one carrying this team. It's not any of these people you would expect to show up. And what happens after the game? That's the most humiliating part. What happens after? Florida They come out, they speak to their people, they say, oh, the Maple Leafs, they did so good. They're such a good team. It's the fan base that's just too hard on them. They're too hard on their players. You know what? We'd be a little less hard on them if they won a game every now and then. Because I showed up. I believed. I invited all my friends over, and we put it up on a big projector screen. I cooked burgers, and you know what I did? You could ask any of them, and you could see the soul leave my body after each and every one of those 6 Florida Panthers goals. I'm losing it with this team. I'm losing it with the fact that they will never change. Because management already said, we're not letting any of these 4 super expensive players leave the team. We're just going to pay them more. We're just going to pay them more. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. Except the Leafs aren't the ones going insane. I am. I am losing my mind with this team. And I don't even live in Canada. I've never even gone to a Toronto Maple Leafs game, yet they're still putting me through this much agony. That's all I got for sports. Sending it over to entertainment.
Wow. Thanks, Henry. In entertainment news, we got a doozy for you. It's been a while since we covered him, but Sean Combs, or Diddy, has finally been taken to trial. And from the way it sounds, he's been a real pro, which isn't a surprise how he got away with the freak-offs for so long. It's reported that he's been really engaged, nodding along with the judge and speaking in a professional manner, making sure to only make comments towards his lawyer. If you don't remember, in January 2024, Diddy's home was raided. The police took guns and an abundance of illegal drugs. Diddy's ex has come out exposing the sheer amount of assault and sexual abuse that he's committed. In other news, on May 10th, Jimmy, Mr. Beast Donaldson, published a video titled, I Explored 2,000-Year-Old Ancient Temples. That sparked controversy over the fact that the YouTuber was allowed entry to the sites considered sacred to Mexico's pre-Hispanic cultures, which in many cases are restricted. The video features Mr. Beast inside ruins at an archaeological site, climbing the pyramid, stating, he's climbing up these stairs like a dog, then promoted his product, Feastables, at the end of the video. On to a blast from the past, Sesame Street, the 56-year-old institution of children's television, has signed a new distribution deal with Netflix. This means new episodes of Sesame Street will be available to stream on Netflix, as well on PBS. Starting later this year, the reasoning behind the deal stems from the nonprofit-sponsored Sesame Street has been going through throes of financial crisis. On a more animated note, the world-famous Gumball Watershed is back. Season 7 of The Amazing World of Gumball is releasing on Hulu. A teaser released on May 20th. Announcing the new title, The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, which will premiere later this year. The exact date of Elmore's Gates reopening for the first time since 2019 is still a mystery. That's all I got for you guys. I'm going to send it back to the desk.
Well, that was some entertainment segment. So, Mr. Beast has been getting in some trouble lately, it seems.
He sure has. I heard that Mexico is not entirely happy with him.
Yeah. I bet it's probably because at the end of his video, he called his chocolate Mayan approved.
Oh, he didn't really get their opinion for that, did he?
No, he didn't.
That's unfortunate. He's a really talented creator, but some stuff like that you just can't make up.
Yeah, you just can't. Well, it's been a great show. This has been Burt Broadcast. I've been Cody.
I've been Camden.
See you in the next episode.